This is the exact breakdown of the giant space gods who engineered the Marvel Universe. Trillions lived or died based on their silent commands. Before the Avengers formed and long before Earth materialized, these armored giants traveled across galaxies to plant seeds of their own kind inside young planets, forcing rapid evolution upon the unaware inhabitants. They built the Eternals, engineered the Deviants, and even planted the mutant X gene into humanity. Operating as a large, synchronized team, each entity executes a specific, terrifying job to judge, test, and occasionally annihilate entire civilizations. Writer Jack Kirby introduced these towering figures to readers in July 1976. Marvel lore establishes that the first firmament stood as the original universe, existing as a single living entity. That lonely universe created the aspirants and the brightly colored celestials, which meant an inevitable clash for supremacy would follow. Total war broke out, and the resulting conflict shattered the first firmament into jagged pieces to form the first multiverse. The victors claimed the new reality for themselves, standing thousands of feet tall in impenetrable armored shells. Beneath that armor exists pure energy rather than physical flesh and bone. The result was a race of immortal architects obsessed with genetic manipulation, spreading across the new multiverse to conduct endless experiments on lesser beings. Only a few entities truly understand their ultimate agenda. The primary mission of these entities involves locating young worlds and injecting them with cosmic energy. Millions of years ago, they visited Earth during their first host, capturing the earliest ancestors of humanity to run painful genetic tests that changed our evolutionary path forever. The Eternals achieved physical perfection, Deviants suffered genetic instability and monstrous mutations, and baseline humans retained a dormant trait known as the X gene. Earth represents just one laboratory, as they leave the planet alone for thousands of years to let the test subjects multiply and develop organically, only returning to inspect their handiwork during a final host. 50 years pass in the blink of an eye for them. Every experiment requires a lead scientist. Arishem acts as the supreme leader of the host, holding the ultimate authority over life and death for every seeded planet. Standing exactly 2,000 feet tall, his red armor casts a shadow over entire continents. This judge analyzes the genetic progress of a world and delivers a final verdict where survival goes only to those who pass. If Arishem points his thumb downward, that world faces immediate extinction. He evaluates the ratio of Eternals to Deviants, checking if the planet remains balanced. The fate of billions rests entirely on his silent calculations as he communicates through complex cosmic frequencies rather than spoken words. I want to say a sincere thank you to all the people who left comments on our previous releases. This video would not exist without you, because we chose this exact topic from your comments. Please write any ideas for future what-if videos down below, and the most liked comments will be selected for future videos. Please like and subscribe right now, because it will help us grow and we are very grateful for that. Now, let us examine the being who carries out Arishem's dark sentences. When Arishem hands down a guilty verdict, he summons a being of unimaginable scale. Exitar the Exterminator dwarfs regular celestials, towering over 20,000 feet high. His sole purpose involves dismantling planets that fail the genetic trials. The immense entity does not negotiate, feeling absolutely no pity for the civilizations he erases. He surrounds the condemned world with a solid energy field to prevent anyone from escaping into space, and then initiates the purification process. He fires a beam of concentrated cosmic energy that burns the atmosphere and shatters the planetary crust, resulting in complete planetary disintegration in mere minutes. This giant wipes the slate clean so the universe can start over, allowing new life to eventually take root before vanishing back into deep space to wait for his next target. Before the judgment can happen, another entity must locate suitable planets for the experiments. Eson the Searcher travels ahead of the main host to identify promising worlds. Movie audiences watched him wield the Power Stone in a brief 2014 cinematic sequence, effortlessly destroying an entire civilization. He uses his singular large eye to scan entire star systems for biological potential. He maps the terrain, categorizes the natural resources, and assesses the dominant life forms, ensuring the main host never wastes time on dead worlds. He planted the original seeds on Earth roughly 1 million years ago. His armor features specialized sensors that detect microscopic shifts in planetary environments, allowing him to find the perfect testing grounds. This scout marks the chosen planets with a bright cosmic beacon, and the signal guides the rest of the team directly to their new laboratory. Once Eson flags a planet, the collection process begins. Gammenon the Gatherer carries out the physical harvesting of test subjects. The silent giant wields a specialized rod that measures exactly 1,000 feet in length, sweeping this broad tool across the surface to scoop up thousands of plants, animals, and intelligent beings. Captives transform into pacified energy packets for easy transport. Surprisingly, this worker avoids causing unnecessary panic, operating quietly in the shadows of the world while he works. He delivers these compressed energy spheres directly to the scientific team. Thousands of galaxies experience this exact routine, and his work provides the raw materials needed for the endless genetic tweaking. The gathered specimens go directly into the hands of the universe's most obsessive data collector. Jemiah the Analyzer breaks down the DNA of every captured creature, running millions of simulations to show how the species might evolve over the next 10,000 years. He catalogs the physical strengths, mental capacities, and magical potential of the subjects before foreign cosmic elements force rapid mutations within their genetic code. The result is the creation of super-powered offshoots like the Eternals. This scientist stores biological data in a central archive located deep in space. He rarely leaves his workstation, preferring to study the samples from a safe distance and view living beings purely as numbers on a spreadsheet. While Jemiah focuses on microscopic biology, his partner looks at the bigger picture. Hargen the Measurer tracks the physical development of the planet itself. This giant records the shifting tectonic plates, the changing climate, and the atmospheric composition, ensuring the planet remains stable enough to support the genetic experiments. Enormous instruments calculate the exact distance between continents, allowing him to predict global disasters long before they happen. Magical energy flows through the Earth, and he measures it to see if the planet possesses a natural defense system. 3 entire centuries passed as he studied the magnetic poles of Earth during the second host. He feeds all this planetary data back to the central processing hub, where his meticulous records help the team decide if a world deserves to survive. All the biological and planetary data eventually reaches the master mathematician of the group. Nezarr the Calculator takes the raw numbers and runs complex predictive algorithms to determine if a tested species will eventually pose a threat to the wider universe. Aggression levels factor into his equations, alongside their technological advancement and ability to travel through space. He takes a completely emotionless approach to survival. If his math shows a species will cause galactic instability in 50,000 years, he flags them for termination immediately. He presents these mathematical models to Arishem to justify the final verdict, with one chilling projection showing the exact date of Earth's destruction. His calculations represent the ultimate logic of the cosmic gods, free from any moral hesitation. The rigid rules of the host eventually fractured during a violent internal conflict. Tiamut rebelled against Arishem and the rest of his brethren, and fellow gods punished him by trapping him beneath the Earth's crust in a deep slumber exactly 500,000 years ago. Dormant energies leaked into the soil, subtly pushing human evolution forward while protecting Earth from other cosmic threats. When he finally awoke, he judged humanity favorably, defying his programming by refusing to destroy the planet. The result was a permanent change in how the universe viewed human beings, and a large golden statue now stands in the ocean, resting in peaceful silence. Even cosmic gods need a system of checks and balances. Scathan the Approver exists outside the normal hierarchy of the testing hosts, originating from an alternate dimension specifically known as Earth 691. His sole duty involves monitoring the actions of the most powerful beings in reality, intervening to restore order if a cosmic entity steps out of line. He watches silently, using a simple thumbs up or thumbs down to approve or reject universal changes. He possesses enough strength to subdue entities that can rewrite reality itself with a mere thought. The alternate entity acts as the final safety switch for the entire multiverse, ensuring the creators never accidentally destroy the canvas they paint on. The cosmic architects operate on a scale that defies normal comprehension. They plant the seeds of life, harvest the results, and brutally prune the branches that fail to meet their standards. From Arishem's silent judgments to Exitar's swift executions, every member of the host plays a specific part in maintaining universal balance. Thank you to everyone who supported this release. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the Cosmic Builders, subscribe right now for more weekly lore explanations.